Try this before writing your executive resume. Just because you've been working as an executive for many years doesn't necessarily make you any more skilled at writing resumes than anyone else. In fact, you may be less skilled if you've been at your job for several years and haven't needed to apply for a new job for some time. The good news about being in your position, however, is that you already understand the idea of marketing yourself. You may just need to organize your ideas and develop a way of thinking about your job search and resume before sending out applications. So before you begin writing your executive resume, take a look at some ideas for ways to make sure it will be a stellar one. First, find your target. Many executives find that their varied professional pasts leave them itching to include their entire career on their resumes to make themselves more accessible to a wide range of industries. Unfortunately, creating a resume that discusses everything often makes the candidate look unfocused and unattractive to employers. It's for this reason that it's a good idea to find one target to focus on per resume. If you have a human resources and marketing background, it could be difficult for representatives from either industry to feel that you're fully qualified. So choose one area that you may feel strongest in, or that you think you may receive the best results from in your job search. You could always create another resume that focuses on your other talent if necessary. Second, identify companies of interest and research them. Another tip to consider before writing your executive resume is pinpointing companies that you'd be interested in working with. While it's not a terrible idea to write a blanket resume that could help you gain the interest of a variety of companies, it's good to write one with a certain company in mind. For instance, you could look at roughly 20 companies that you'd be interested in working with, then research their dynamics, organizational behavior, and needs to see what you could offer them. You don't have to write for each specific company unless you're applying with them directly, but by identifying companies and learning more about them, you could give yourself a little bit more direction in the information you want to share to make yourself more attractive to recruiters and hiring managers who are on the prowl for candidates. Number 3, think from a hiring perspective. Executive, it's very likely that you've found yourself in the hiring position at some point. This is great for you because it allows you to place yourself in the mindset of a recruiter who is looking for a candidate. What would you look for if you needed a qualified candidate? As you organize what you would like to add to your executive resume, you could jot down what you've looked for in former candidates to help you decide what information you'd like to offer now that you're a candidate. Sometimes writing an executive resume can seem like an intimidating task because the stakes are so high. But if you do some planning before you ever put pen to paper, you could significantly improve your chances of being snagged for an executive position.